everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe, and today we are going to seal this acrylic pour painting. This is an 8x10 painting. I'm using this TriArt Liquid Glass. I have had this for quite a while, and I just haven't gotten around to using it. Actually, I have several varnishes, equivalent sealers, that's a good word to use, that I need to test. So I'm testing this one today. The instructions on a lot of these are very vague. So I've watched a couple of videos on them. There's definitely multiple ways of applying. On this one, just so you know, it says keep out of reach of children. Dries very smooth and glossy. Use for a clear coat or add color for color pours. Follow good hygiene. Avoid eye and skin contact. Do not ingest. Wash hands with soap and water after using. Clean up with water. Always test your method and product combination prior to applying to final works in order to ensure desired results. And it has it in another language. So it doesn't tell you how to use it at all. Some of the videos have it diluted, some don't. I'm not going to dilute. I am going to apply this kind of like how we apply resin. Just applying a thin coat, just moving it around with my glove on. Again, I don't know what the best method is for this yet. The ones I watched where they brushed it on, and I've watched more than one, they all got brush strokes, and they mentioned that in their videos. So I knew I didn't want to do that because that's like the most undesirable result there. I do know, one second, I feel something. I think it's just the texture of the canvas. Okay, I'm good there. Or probably more so the paint on the canvas had a little bump in it, which is fine. I know that a lot of them said with using this to not shake the bottle and to pour slowly, which I kind of forgot just now, to avoid air bubbles. Again, I'm not even sure this is a good method, to be honest. I feel like I should have warmed it up. It was kind of thick, because I can see that it's not level. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I don't think just continually rubbing my hand through it is going to do us any good. I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely can. Here, I'll move it around a little bit. I can't see the camera right now. It's on the other side of me. So hopefully you can see what I'm seeing. I think in the future, the next one I'll do it right now. Please hold. Actually, here, what I'm going to do first. Let's see. There's no way to do this. I don't know how people do this. I can definitely say I'm probably overworking it at this point, just so you know. Definitely don't do it for this long. I just don't know what to do. Okay. Go back through the sides. We're going to let this be. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to let this cure until it's not sticky anymore, I guess, and see what it looks like. See if it levels out, and I will bring you back for that. I don't know how many days that's going to take, but it'll be right now. I'm not going to make you wait for that. And then once I see that, I'll see what, if anything, I feel like I can do with it to make it better. And then in the next video coming up on this, probably next week, I will warm this up, like set it in a hot water bath. Let's see if I can talk today. And see if that helps make it not so thick, and then maybe it'll flow better. And then after that, we'll do one where I actually dilute it with water and see how all of those compare. If you have any tips or tricks on how to use this, please leave those in the description below. I'll be happy to test those out for you. Thank you for watching. Oh, no, we're not done. What am I thinking? We'll be back in just a minute to see what this looks like. Hey everyone, we are back. We're about to do a second coat of the TriArt Liquid Glass. Here's how the first coat came out. It's definitely shiny. You can see those lines. That's probably the best where that glare is. It does all the way through, and really it's not as bad as I actually expected it to be. I did put the sealer in a warm water bath, so I just filled the sink up with hot water about halfway and set it in there. And it definitely seems more fluid maybe than it did last time. Oh, sorry, can't see that. But yeah, we'll try it. You don't want to shake this because you don't want bubbles in it. But let me get you up on the tripod and we'll get started. All right. Just ignore any of the other stuff you can see in the frame. I was actually mildly impressed. I had a feeling we were going to get some lines through it from the videos I had seen other people do, and then just the way it looked when I was done. And it wasn't even. It did even out a little bit, just not all the way. And I think that was just because it was too thick. I also let it set back here in the cold studio for maybe a little bit longer than it should have. I think now once it's done, I'm going to move it right away. Like once I'm finished messing with it, I'm going to move it right away. So let's try this again, and maybe with it being a little bit more fluid. Since it was sitting in the hot water, it might work a little bit better and not leave the lines. And then the next time I try this, I'm going to water it down and see how that goes. I don't know if I said this earlier in the video or not, but if you have used this, if you have any tips or tricks on how you apply it, please leave those in the comments below, and I can test those out as well. Definitely don't want to overwork it, but you definitely need enough to cover it. A little worried, guys, but we're going to see how it goes. Okay, so I got that. I think as good as it's going to get. The other thing I do for transporting it, just so you can see it, is I just have these little boxes that the dog food comes in, and so instead of throwing them away or recycling them, I use them for things like this. So now I can just transport it, and it's a little bit easier, less likely to drop it or bump it or something, and I can go put it where I want it. So we're going to let this set. Just so you know, between the two coats, I did wait 2 days. I don't know what the recommended is. This was just the next opportunity I had to do it. So there was no specific reason for waiting 2 days. You definitely want to make sure it's fully dry. So you don't want to put wet sealer over semi-wet sealer. You want to make sure it's fully dried before you apply your next coat. So yeah, we'll be back in a little bit, see how it looks. Alright, we are back, and this is after the second coat has dried, and you can still see like lines through it from the glove. I think this section right here is where it was already kind of curing, and so it kind of like, it was kind of like there's a lot of friction whenever I was doing it with my glove, like spreading it around. I definitely don't think I like the glove and just spread it on its own method. This is the TriArt Liquid Glass. I think the next time I try this, I'll just do the pour and tilt method and see how that works. But yeah, I definitely like how it finishes, like the gloss. I just don't like the lines in it from that technique. So I definitely think there's hope for this. but just not that way. So I will continue to try it out. If you have any specific techniques that you want me to try using this sealer, leave those in the comments below. As well as if you have any sealers that you want me to test. Maybe you've seen it online, seen someone else use it, heard about it. Leave those suggestions, and if I can obtain the materials, I will do a review on them for you. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do what makes you happy.